Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Liz. Thank you for stopping by. I have another unboxing for you today. That's the Wild Unknowns Archetypes deck and guidebook by Krans. She is the creator of the Wild Unknown tarot deck. She actually has a new one out, or I don't know if it just came out or it's going to come out this month. Oh, I forget what it's called, but it's I want to say it's got like 6 sides to it or something. It looks interesting. Her Wild Unknown deck is weird to me. Like it's not one of my favorites, but I do love the artwork. So it's like, for me, it's hard to read that deck, but this one looks pretty cool. And they were having like a good sale on Amazon. So I got it like for a really good deal. So there's something on here. What is that, glue? You know, I literally just took the plastic off. See, right here. And there's already something on it. Tell ya. Anyway, welcome to the Wild Unknown Archetypes. You will find within 78 circular cards in a round box, lavishly illustrated, 220-page guidebook. From the wellspring of the collective, unconscious emerged images that appear in the dreams of every culture, illuminating our multiplicity and uniting us in the endless story of humanity. These are archetypes. Their limitless potential is yours to behold as you travel to the realm of dreams, visions, and myth. May you always be on the inner quest. Awesome. It's put out by Harper One. I've seen people use this deck, and it definitely looks interesting. It has, let's see, but does it have a sleeve? What am I doing wrong here? I thought I was just going to be able to open it. Hold on, I'm going to pause it for a second. All right, it does have a sleeve that you have to pull off. I got most of it off. It's kind of weird. Okay. These sleeves, I do save them, but it's almost like, what's the point? You literally could put the same thing on here without having to have a sleeve. I don't know why they do that. I know it's for packaging, but I don't know. Seems to me like a waste. So anyway, it just opens like that. Look how nice. Reject none, accept all. Interesting. Okay, so this is the book. And it's not, it says it's colored, but it's not. The book is in black and white. I mean, it's got some red in it, but the images are black and white. Too bad. I wish they were colored, you know. And they're all, I love how they do her books because it's all like handwritten type. So it's, I don't know if they use a specific font for this, which I'm guessing they probably do, or if it's actually her actual handwriting, which is pretty cool. And then you have the deck, and it does come in a circular box. See, there's a lot of redundant packaging here, but as long as you save it all together like I do, it's fine. And you can recycle too. I recycle everything. So it's got 78 cards. So it's not a tarot deck, but it's got the same exact amount as a typical tarot deck. So, and that's the inside. It's got a little pearl, like the pearl of great wisdom. And let's see. They are numbered, and that's inside as well. They are numbered, and that's the back. So it's supposed to look like a diamond. So it's like a pearl of great wisdom, diamond, like that's a pearl and that's a diamond. This one's a diamond, that one's the pearl. Okay. All right, these circular decks are cool, but for me, they're hard to shuffle. So I just have to be careful, that's all. And the cards are nice, they're pretty much the same as the Wild Unknown cards. Okay, number 1, the mother. 2, the father. Is that a hand? It's hard to tell. Is that a braid? It's hard to tell what that is. Okay. The father. The starborn. Oh, I like this. Pretty. I look forward to using this deck because it is an archetypes deck, and I kind of like that idea. The eternal child. Beautiful. The orphan. The mentor, the poet, that's different. It's almost like she took pictures and then threw in her watercolors as well. The Maiden. The Hunter. I love that. I like the ones more with her artwork rather than the ones that are kind of like a, I don't know, I forget what that's called, like a collage thing. I'm not a fan of that. I do like her artwork by itself. Ooh, I love this one. The Warrior. The Queen. Yeah, see, I'm not a huge fan of the picture thrown in there with the artwork. I prefer just the artwork. Like this here, I mean, it's like somebody, you know, a 10-year-old did it. The King. The Crone. The Judge. That's me, I'm being judgy right now. The Shapeshifter. Now, I'm not even sure what I'm looking at here. This looks like that's a tiger. The ear of a tiger. This looks like this is probably a person, like a Native American or some sort of Aboriginal person, and I don't know what that is. So let's hold that one back and we'll see what it says. So that is number 15. So this was 16, the Shaman. 17, the Lover. I love this one, beautiful. 18, the Siren. 19, the Animal. 20, the Pilgrim. What am I looking at here? Is that an eyeball? Okay, so this looks like a person's hands, like a it looks like somebody from India, and they're holding prayer beads, and then that's just an eyeball there. The Pilgrim. Okay, that's just weird. Actually, I don't like that card. I find that card really, it's very off-putting to me. It's kind of gross. The Mystic, and that's 21. 22, the Creator. Beautiful colors. I love the rainbow. 23, the Destroyer. 24, the Sustainer. 25, the Healer. 26, the Comic. I'm not a fan of this card either. I don't know why. This is like really off-putting to me. Like the cutout with the eyes like that. It's just, oh, it's creepy. Oh, that's so creepy. That's not funny. The Comic, it's not funny. It's so creepy. The Unseen. The Shadow. I love this one. This is really nice. I love the whole style of this picture. It's beautiful. The Self. The One. So this is number 30. The Heart. 31. I know I missed some of the numbers. 32, the Cave. 33, the Mountain. Oh, you know, going away from everything, not having a worry in the world. Doesn't that sound lovely? Sounds so lovely. It's one thing to be at home, and that's okay. I love being home. But just being at a place where literally nothing can bother you, no phones, nothing, it would be awesome. Just for a few days. Doesn't have to be forever. The River. Now, this is weird. Why is the horse upside down? unless it's a reflection. I don't know. The ones with the, I don't know, the magazine pieces in them are just weird to me. The Ocean. Like, I do love her Wild Unknown deck. It's all her artwork, and I just find it absolutely beautiful. Like, this is gorgeous, but I'm not a fan of this. It's just a piece of something thrown in there. I mean, who am I to judge as far as artwork? Because, you know, I'm not the artist, but I don't know. It just feels weird. The Forest. The Desert. The Bridge. The Temple. The Dead End. The Village. The Empty Room. the Castle. I actually can't wait to use this deck. It'll be interesting to see what comes up. The Box, the Threshold. Oh, I like this one. The Womb. I love this one. The Storm. I like that one a lot. That one's pretty cool looking. It's got a hand in there too. You have to look for it though. The Underworld. I don't like, she does these cards with worms and stuff. I don't like worms. I know we need them, but they're gross. So that one just grosses me out. Another one that grosses me out. Okay. The Fault Line. The Bardo. That's different. The Flame. The Tear. The Riddle. The Vow. The Vision. Now, I don't remember the L, the L is in Roman numerals. Why don't I remember that? That's 10, so 20, let me see, XL, okay. I'm going to guess it's 30-ish, 40-ish, something like that, probably, maybe 50, probably 50. I don't know. I don't remember that. I don't know why. I don't remember seeing that. Okay, the Vision. The Gem. Ooh, I like this one, even though it's got wormies around it, but I do like the colors. It's beautiful. The Ring. The Nectar. The Medallion. The Kiss. The Mask. The Sword. The Venom. The Offering. The Prayer. The Seed. The Stone. The Mirror. The Vessel. The Thread. Eros. Agape. So those are the type of love. This Eros love is just like erotic love. Agape love is like spiritual, like, you know, mother to child love. That kind of love. Brother sister love, you know. Thanatos. I think Thanatos is I think it's a god. I'll hold off on that one. Apocalypsis. So like the apocalypse. Gnosis. Unknowing. Kairos. I'm not sure what that is. So it's Greek. There's Greek words in here. Aletheia. Aletheia. Anima Mundi. Okay. That actually sounds Latin. And it almost sounds to me, in my brain, the animal world. So let's see. We will do number 15, the Shapeshifter, because that one's weird. Oh, I'll show you the book, by the way. It's got like, I don't know what that means, a sphere of influence, but it talks about how she got the origin, and it talks all about how she got the idea for the, oh, that's funny. She got the idea for the deck. This here is the exact same symbol that's on here. All right. I'm going to read this really quick. One of the great disappointments I faced in making this deck was confronting that I simply could not include every archetype, since there are infinite archetypes. As we have discussed, this deck inevitably falls short in every direction. It simply can't keep up with the bigness of life. It is a drop in the ocean, a gust of wind in the great storm of archetypal energy. Knowing this, I was intentionally slow with my selection process. I spent 2 years filling the pages of my notebooks with lists of people's, places, and things that I sensed had particular potency and resonance. I came up with about 250 archetypes that I wanted to include, yet you're now only holding 78 in your hands. During the final weeks of editing, I simply could not decide between some cards and others. An example of my daily dilemma, which to keep the witch or the magi. Both are necessary, both must be. I had to turn to something beyond myself for help. I pulled out my pendulum and began to nix archetypes left and right according to its swing. Before each use, I asked it to communicate on behalf of those who would someday use the deck. I asked it things like which archetype is the most needed considering the dynamics of our current world, the witch or the magi. When the pendulum swung to the witch, I then asked it which is the most effective name for her energy, the witch, the crone, the old woman, the sorceress, and then the pendulum swung to her to name her the crone. I had to listen. All right, so that's part of how she decided on the cards. It's funny that it's got that same thing, and that image is so weird to me. Okay, let's see, 15, and just all kinds of stuff. She's got a good amount of information on just a deck, you know, and like 50 some odd pages in the front here, although they're pretty quick to read. So 15. Okay, are they not? No, okay, they are. I was gonna say, they're not numbered in the book, but they have the card. Of course they're numbered. Hello. There we go. The shapeshifter. So let's see what she's got around here. The trickster, the elusive, the formless. The ultimate shapeshifter works undercover in service of the greater good. The diminished shapeshifter becomes a people pleaser. So this depends on the side, I guess. The shapeshifter is related to the mask. Notice if these cards come up together in one reading. If so, you are in the realm of heavy theater, illusion, possibly deception. All right, now I'm going to read the body of the page. The shapeshifter has a love of theater, games, and trickery. Its energy appears as one thing, only to reveal a more complex story below the surface. The shapeshifter is within all of us to some degree. It is a side of ourselves that is slippery, non-committal, and experimental, and longs to dismiss the rules. We need its energy to adapt to the ever-changing landscape of our existence. When the shapeshifter card appears, it's important to imagine you are looking at life through a kaleidoscope rather than a single focus lens. At any moment, the scene may shift, revealing a more enchanting vision than you imagine. Be wary, though, as the allure of the kaleidoscope can leave you exhausted and yearning for solid ground. Dancing long-term with a shapeshifter requires a central pillar of integrity that links us back to our center. So it says here, when light, vibrant, adaptive, humorous. When dark, charlatan, people-pleasing, trickery. Go deeper. Cindy Sherman. Cindy Sherman? What the heck does that mean? Is that a person? I don't know who Cindy Sherman is, so maybe it is. All right, so that was this card here. Let's go to Thanatos. That's right close to the end there. I'm going to have to figure out what the L. I'm guessing it's probably starts at 50. All right. I mean, it's very rare that I count, that I use Roman numerals for anything. Thanatos. Okay. I think it's past this. Yep, right here. Thanatos. Oh, it means death. I think Thanatos is a god, though. All right, let's see. Death. Does it show death there? It's hard to see what that is. It looks like a person's face and hands holding her. It's kind of hard to tell what I'm looking at, and I'm like really close. I don't know. That one's kind of annoying. All right. Not her best work as far as the artwork, but okay. Facing Thanatos' death leads to Althea, truth. So that's the next card, I think. No, it wasn't. Hold on. Althea. Yeah, I think it is the next card after. Oh man, whatever. And with this on yeah, it's not the next one, it's a few. Anima Mundi is the soul of the world and all that is, so soul of the world. Okay, well I had that wrong. All right, there are those with a great gift for navigating Thanatos energy. Thankfully, we find these generous souls in emergency rooms, hospitals, hospice centers, and the like. So people who deal with death. All right, it is tempting to oversimplify death and sum it up as transformation, but the true archetypal resonance of Thanatos cannot be easily assimilated or contained. Death is ongoing and omnipresent, an eternal response to the gift of birth. Witnessing the ending of another being, creature, phase, or stage has deep consequences for the psyche. We are forever changed by Thanatos as it sweeps us under its wings, making us relinquish control in every form. It leaves a mark of ash upon our hearts, signifying we have touched the cusp of the underworld and will return to the land of the living eventually, with more compassion and wisdom to share. This capacity is needed in our world. One who has faced the annihilation of Thanatos can face anything. When this card appears, it signifies an initiation into the underworld. Okay, so that's kind of scary. When light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. When dark, fear of insensitivity to old age, illness, and dying. Go Deeper, The Mower by Philip Larkin. Okay, so I'm guessing those are books. It might be books, the Go Deeper thing. I don't know. All right, it probably explains it. Okay, so the thing with this, it says Thanatos, which I'm pretty sure is some sort of god. I think it's Greek god. If she had plenty of room around here to write death or whatever, I think it would have made more sense, because this is a deck that it's tricky to use for stuff like this, where it's got just Thanatos. If you don't know what Thanatos is, you have to use the book. There's nothing here that signifies death to me. It just looks like a spider's web. If anything, I would think you're trapped, if I looked at that. So that, I don't know. I find that this deck, although I do like it, I find that it's a little difficult. And that's not surprising, because her decks are kind of difficult. I'm not in love with the artwork as much as I do like the other, her other deck, the Wild Unknown Tarot. I don't know. I find that this one isn't as, I don't know. It's not as original, because I am not a fan of putting in these, I don't know, pictures into the drawings. I don't know. To me, it's weird to me. I can't stand this one. I literally cannot stand this card. At all. Like, if it was just a kitten, it would have been so cute, but that is just so, it's gross. It literally grosses me out. Now let's see why it grosses me out. But I'm just going to read on it real quick, and let's see. That's 26. Okay. The Joker, the Clown, the Fool. The comic has plenty to share, to throw on others. Wait a minute. The comic has plenty of shade to throw on others, and it can fall into shadow at the drop of a hat. Beware of their sharp claws. Yeah, comics can be kind of harsh. Joy, jokes, and smiles are signs of a happy heart. Be wary of spiritual practices or teachers who leave the comic by the wayside. Yeah, you need to have in your spiritual practice, you need to have a sense of humor. Okay, the comic carries a remedy for all that ails the world. Amid the deepest pain and suffering, there is always the potential to lift up and out of the darkness through laughter. Though dismissed by some as lowbrow or unsophisticated, this archetype actually has a highly advanced mind. Some may use the word genius, as humor requires one to see the situation from afar rather than to be swept away by the drama. The comic season accepts the messiness of life, using it as a material to be mixed and shaped into a potion to soothe the stressed and serious mind. They literally lighten us up. Thus, within the comic is usually the sage or the magician, working healing magic upon any audience who will lend an ear. The comic may be the archetype that heals the deep division in our world, one pun at a time. I love comedy. I love watching comedy shows. Unfortunately, with the way the world is right now, everybody gets offended. Comics are being canceled, and because I'm sorry, I grew up in the 80s. I listened to comedians that would, I don't know, would make some people faint nowadays. You know, it's comedy. It's funny. The reason it's funny a lot of the times is because it's true, and you know it's true. I love like the familial ones where they talk about families and stuff. Those are the best because you know it's true. Anyway, when light, hilarious, ingenious, spirit, easygoing. When dark, sarcastic, harsh, brooding, drunk. Go deeper. Images of laughing Buddha, stand up, or improv comedy. Okay, so it's got this little thing here that gives you, you know, if you want to go deeper into that archetype. I don't know. I do not see this as funny at all. I don't. I'm sorry, Kim. I like your work. Not a huge fan of some of these cards. I just find that the artwork, considering the other one, I find that the artwork is not as it's not as appealing to me. It really isn't, you know. It's not as appealing. So anyway, that's it. It's a beautiful deck. I mean, it's very well packaged with this beautiful box, and you know, it's just beautiful that way. It's round and it's fun. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of the imagery, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to use it, you know? All right, guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. Have a blessed day. Take good care of yourselves. Thank you.